This is the 2023 Honda Pilot. It's the TrailSport trim level, obviously fully redesigned for the 2023 model year. And in today's video here at Holmes Honda, we're going to try to answer the question, is the Honda Pilot now better than ever? The exterior color on this model is sure unique, not something we've seen in the past. Diffused Sky is what it's called. It does have the black interior, which shouldn't really be a big surprise to anybody, I don't think. And being the TrailSport, it's going to come standard all-wheel drive. And talking about all-wheel drive, let's go ahead and knock out what the tire and wheel sizes are. We're going to have 265 on the width, so wide I can't really get my hand all the way across, at least not quite. And then a 60 series sidewall. These are all-terrain tires, according to Honda, wrapped around the 18-inch wheels. And how about size differences? Let's talk about exactly what those are. When it comes to wheelbase, which is measured from the center of one tire to the center of the other, the increase is 2.8 inches. If you measure from bumper to bumper, the increase in size is going to be 3.4 inches. And width on the front end increases between 1.1 and 1.2 inches. When you go to the rear, you will find an increase of 1.4 to 1.5 inches. And taking a look here at the front end, more squared off than what we've seen in the past. Not completely. It still has some nice character lines. Definitely does not have what I would call the aerodynamics of a brick, but a little more squared off than what we've seen in the past. LED daytime running lights. We're also going to have LED fog lights down there. We're going to have the air curtain that obviously passes air through the front end to help improve air quality, or excuse me, air flow, not air quality. Wow. You can laugh in the comments about that one if you'd like. It's deserving. The TrailSport logo here on the gloss black front grille that is a little larger than what we've seen in the past. It's going to give this Pilot a little bit lower stance, or a look of a lower stance and a wider profile, just to make it look a little more sporty, maybe a little more aggressive. And when it comes to the side view mirrors, they are heated, they are power adjustable, they have the gloss black mirror caps, they have the turn signal indicators built in, and when I lock the interior, they also fold. There you go, something new with the Pilot right there. I know a lot of you like that, and I do like the contrast here against the diffused sky exterior color with the gloss black door handles right there. You do have the locking gas door right here, capless fuel fill. When you lock the vehicle, that locks as well. We're also going to have the roof rails up there. You can obviously put the crossbars on and carry whatever you need to carry up there. LED taillights, the all-wheel drive logo back here, and another TrailSport logo. Also the Pilot logo running right across this area on the top with the gloss black. Some people like that, some people don't. Tell me what your thoughts are on that. Here under the hood is the updated 3.5 liter V6. It's not the same motor that was in the previous generation of the Pilot. It makes 285 horsepower as opposed to 280, but the torque numbers remain the same at 262 foot-pounds. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission compared to the previous generation's 9-speed automatic transmission. The gas tank size, in case you're curious, is 18.5 gallons. And how about MPGs? 18 city, 23 highway, 20 combined, and 5 gallons of gas is what Honda says you should use per every 100 miles driven. And something else about the TrailSport trim level, you're going to have the TrailSport logo embroidered into the headrests only on the front seats. In my personal opinion, that should be on all of the seats throughout the interior. Also, that contrast stitching right there, the orange as well as the TrailSport mats here. Obviously, those don't need to be carpeted because this model is intended for off-road use. If you wish to tow with your Pilot, it can tow up to 5,000 pounds. You do have the power rear door, as you can see. And one thing that's good here, I know a lot of you are going to like, is that yes, you do have a spare tire. There is space underneath the floor. That's always a plus. Plenty of cargo capacity back here in the rear area. The 12-volt power outlet. We're going to have some little spaces on the side right there, a little more right here. Not much, but it is there. And depending on how you set things up here in the rear cargo area, cargo numbers range between 16 to 16.5 cubic feet. From that to 82.1 to as much as 83.9. very simple to deal with. In fact, we'll run over here and lower the middle row seats just so you can see that process. All I'm going to do is use the latch right there, or the lever right there, and we can lower everything down. And it's nothing new, but just so you know that it is here, we do have the privacy shades here that can be anchored in place right there, as you can see, and then stow those away if I can get that back off right there. And then the nice soft touch materials, a very soft armrest, comfortable. Can add more of that orange contrast stitching, the upper and the lower door bins. And I like the fact that you have a literal one-touch feature here to gain access to the rear seating area. Now, that's one thing. Notice how far up this seat goes. It doesn't go quite that far when the seat back is in its upright position. But you can obviously change how much leg room is in the rear area right here. Let's hop on inside and take a look at exactly what we have where all of that is concerned. So I'm going to pull the seat back right here. That's pretty far back, not as far back as it will go. We'll move over to the passenger side where the seat is all the way back. I still have a little bit of leg room. It's a little tight, but I can move around just a little bit. It's doable for an adult back here. Maybe not for a long road trip, but it is doable. And obviously with the ability to move the seats forward, well, it can easily be changed to where it is doable, depending on the situation. We will have USB connectivity on both sides. We're going to have the cup holders right here and the air conditioning vent, and a very nice view with the panoramic sunroof. And by the way, if somebody forgets to let everybody out of the rear seating area, even though in this particular case we don't have the seat in the center that you can have that is removable, just like on the Honda Odyssey for the last several years. But if somebody forgets to let them out of the back seat, well, just push that button, and once again, everything is taken care of, and the rear seat passengers can hop right out. And we'll have dual air conditioning vents here for the middle row passengers. Obviously, they can turn the AC on and off depending on what they want to do with that. You can turn that to auto, whatever they wish to do. Adjust fan speed, everything is there. We'll turn that back off for now. We do have a connectivity options, 2 USB outlets and the power outlet right there, as you can see. Seat back storage as well in the seat back pockets on the driver and the passenger side. And in case you're wondering about the view, yep, there you go. And looking in through the passenger side front door, you're going to see the nice large upper and lower door bins. Again, the soft touch materials, power seats that are both heated for the driver and the passenger. A lot of what we saw on the driver's side when we took a little bit of a look earlier and got space up here. Well, there's all kinds of things that can go right there. Also, the glove box that has quite a bit of space in there. We're going to have more connectivity options, as you can see, with the 12-volt power outlet, USB connectivity, and the wireless charging pad. You do have push-button shifters here, or a push-button shifter. But in case you were curious, that's what you have. Mode selector, all that stuff is here that I probably don't have to tell you about. Let's see how much space is within the center console. Quite a bit. Obviously, the lid for the center console doubles as an armrest for the driver and the passenger, and has more of that contrast stitching that's unique to the TrailSport trim level. And it's highly likely I don't need to tell you too much about what's under that warning label right there telling me not to roll down the windows, but I think you know what all is there. One thing I would like to see, especially at this price point and even lower price points, not only seat memory here on the driver's side, but on the passenger side as well. You do have the manually adjustable tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. We saw earlier that is a heated steering wheel. You have some controls right here for operating different functionality of the vehicle. And by the way, it also comes with a heated windshield. I don't know how necessary that's going to be for a while, but it is here. Here is our instrument cluster, the digital instrument cluster, a very nice look. Your steering wheel mounted controls and the paddle shifters for working your way through that 10-speed automatic transmission manually when you would like to. Here is the infotainment screen, updated for 2023, still very simple to use and learn. Have cabin talk right there so you can mess with the kids a little bit. And by the way, what about driving modes? There are several driving modes. We're going to go all the way up and just start at the top here. We have sport, we have normal. I'll let you see the graphics as we go as well. We'll slow down a little bit. We also have snow. We also have trail, we have sand, and tow mode. So depending on the situation, you have all of that, and I'll go all the way back up here to sport just so you can see what the graphics look like in case you were curious, because I rushed through that, and normal. And something else that I like here that's new for 2023, when properly equipped, here is this button. On the TrailSport, you're going to have this. You push that button, and up come the multiple camera views. That overhead 360-degree view definitely is nice and handy. You can see the multitude of different views that we have here as far as what you can see. The side view mirrors have cameras built in. Quite a bit going on there. It really is neat to see what all is here. A very nice look. Really gives you a lot of good opportunities depending on your situation and what you want to do as far as being able to see. You also have the trail cam that's going to allow you to see what's going on around the vehicle. That's very helpful. We're going to have our dual zone climate control here as well. Tri-zone overall, dual in the front, single in the rear. But a very nicely done interior. We do have the power shade for the sunroof if you want to bring that forward, and then obviously that's what you're going to use to control that functionality. And then right here we're going to use this one to control the tilt and sliding functionality. We'll also have the conversation mirror here for letting the kids see your angry or your kind eyes, or your rear seat passengers if they get unruly, and that doubles as a sunglasses holder. Okay, this road may not look like the best place to test ride quality, but it actually is. It's pretty rough road here. So I really can't tell a difference between the TrailSport and any other trim level of the Pilot, the 23 Pilot that I have driven so far over the last couple of months. So you really aren't getting a rough ride quality here. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It seems more kind of floaty to me. But I wish we had a way to get out on the road, or get off the road, I should say, and really test out the off-roading capabilities. Probably have to have a press car for that, a press pilot to do that, but we don't have access to that today, and I want Holmes Honda to be happy with me continuing to come back to review their vehicles, so we better not do anything crazy. So what about the overall drivability? With 285 horsepower compared to 280 under the hood, can you tell a difference? Well, not really. It does seem that maybe this particular generation of the 3.5-liter Honda V6 maybe responds a little bit better. It's hard to say for sure. If it does, it's not by a lot. But even though I would imagine there's probably going to be people who think they know what they're talking about, what I call the correction Nazis, that'll talk about down in the comment section, oh, it's 280 horsepower, not 285. Well, do your research before you leave a comment like that, because that is the only difference between this 3.5-liter V6 and the previous generation. But a very smooth vehicle to drive. It's enjoyable. It handles well. It seems to have a pleasant ride quality based on what I've driven it on so far to this particular point. So tell me what you think about this fully redesigned Honda Pilot and the Honda Pilot TrailSport trim level. Is it better than ever? Curious to know what your thoughts are. Tell me down in the comments what your answer is and why you answered the way that you did. I have to say a special thanks to my friends here at Holmes Honda for loaning me this model for the day, and a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video and would like to learn about other vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.